Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for watching. Today, I just want to go over a simple but effective solution to add to your line chart. In this case, what I want to show is what I did for Enterprise DNA, one of their challenges for YouTube views, and what I am doing in this case and what I'm about to show you is taking the rolling average for video views by date. And I want to be able to give the end user the experience that they can change uh, given date, the number of days they want to see the rolling average over. So you can uh, take this value and I'll just show you how this works. Right now it's at 90 days. If I want to see the last 60 days, if I want to see the last 30 days, if I want to see the last 21 days, a couple weeks there, a few weeks, or over the last week. So pretty simple, straightforward, um, some simple coding, but Power BI has a feature that they've added in where you can this creates all of this for you. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So, and I'll walk you through the steps. So, what I am going to do with this is in your Power BI, excuse me, desktop under modeling, you want to set up new parameter and you want numeric range. And so it's going to open up, excuse me, I had to take a drink, a, uh, a dialog box. So what you want in here is numeric range. You give it a name. The default is parameter, but what I am doing is rolling average days views. I just called it that because in this case, that's what I'm doing. And then the data type is whole number, minimum value. These are the defaults 0, 1, and 20. My case, I have it as 7 days is the minimum, 1 week. I don't want to take a rolling average over 3 days. And then increments by 1. So just each day. So I could change it to 7 days, 9 days, 12 days, as I showed you. And then maximum value is whatever you want. You can have 365 days if you want. What I did was 90 for 3 months. I just wanted a 3-month rolling average. I usually leave default blank, but you can have it as your minimum value. That way the user doesn't try to force the results for something that doesn't make sense. And then just add slicer to this page, and then you hit create. So when you hit create, what it does is it creates a table by the name that you've given it, and creates a column. Using this expression, generate series 7, 90, and 1. Which 7 is your minimum value, 90 is your maximum, and then the 1 is your increment. Like I said, this could be 1, this could be 7 days if you want to do it, weekly, whatever you want. Option is yours. And then it creates another column using this expression, selected value, rolling average days views is the name of your table, and then the rolling average days views column, which is the first one that I showed you, that one there, and then 7. Because 7, in this case, that's my default value, is 7. I don't want anything before that, because we're going back in time, 1 month, 3 months, or 2 weeks. We don't want 3 days. Like I said, that just doesn't make sense for this. So once that's created, you go to your line chart right here. That's all this is. Your x-axis is your month and year from your date table, and then your y-axis is your page views rolling average, which is a DAX formula that I have here in my time measures folder. I always group my measures, uh, depicting, dynamic, like chart titles, things like that, my key measures, ranking measures. But any time value measures, you can see here, year to dates, month over month percentages, anything involving time. I like to organize and group it together. It's just best practice to do that. So that DAX code is this right here that I dropped in my y-axis like I showed you. And I created a variable called last date. And last date is just it's returning the last non-blank date in your data set, in your table, um, in your dates table. So that's what it's calling here. Um, and I think it's based on, also last date would be, I think, almost the same as like today. So it's taken from today going back. You return and then use this iteration function average x. Use another dates between because you wanted to go from last date or today back 7 days, 90 days, 120 days. Call in your date table again because that is your time intelligence table for any report. And then use the date add. Call your variable because you're saying from today, going through rolling average days views, which is that column right here, times -1. That way you don't have a negative value because you're going back in time. And then you want to call it, like I said, in this case, days. This I can show you, delete. You use month, you can use quarter or year, but I am using day. So, and then close out that expression there, and then the next step would be to you want to calculate because you're using an average x. Uh, Calculate expression views. Views in this case for this report is just the sum of the views for this challenge, the number of views that Enterprise DNA had. This could be, you can be calculating your total revenue, your cost of goods and services, your profit margin, gross margins, whatever you're trying to find the monthly average of. And it doesn't have to be anything financial. Like I said, in this case, it's just a number of views. It could be the number of dislikes or likes for the video, what the average is of that. Um, but anyway, I think you get the point. And so that's what that looks like. And then you close that out. Let me hit. There we go. Not clicking hard enough. And then what last to this value where you enter the numbers, it is just a slicer, and you just drop that into the field. So the generate series. So that is your range, 7 to 90. And that's what you're going to be entering in this box. So when you change the color and put, a border around it, whatever. And that's all it is. And you just go under visuals and values. I turn off the slicer header. Background I've got is blue. I've turned the slider off because, like I said, it is a slicer. So, and then just effects, you background off, you font color, things like that. And then last, what I like to do for whoever is reviewing the report, the end user, is to give them a little tool tip up here because you don't want them to look at this and say, okay, they might see this and just say, oh, that is a fixed number and I can't change it anyway. They won't know. So always keep the end user in mind. And by doing so, I always add, this is just me, a little graphic tool tip, something visual, and then just explaining, enter the number of days to change rolling average. And that's pretty much it. Um, Short and sweet. Hope you got a lot out of it. Hope it helped you, gave you some ideas. You can use it in your reports and other reports as well. And until next time, have a good day. Thanks for listening.